Today, I'll be sharing with you my candied bacon turkey popper recipe using my Oklahoma Joe's Rambler Tabletop Grill. I'm a hunter and an angler, so I'm constantly looking for new ways to jazz up my wild game meat. This recipe is sweet, smoky, and delicious, so let's jump right in. I hunted this turkey in Florida this past spring. Osceola turkey are a subspecies found only in South Florida. I removed the breast meat, the tenderloins, and legs, then sealed using my vacuum sealer to ensure that the meat will stay fresh in my freezer until I'm ready to cook it. Let's start with the marinade. In a vacuum sealer bag, I'm mixing together 1.5 tablespoons of maple syrup, 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, a half a teaspoon of dried sage. Sage complements the flavor of turkey so well, and it's a seasoning you will not want to skip in this recipe. Half a teaspoon of kosher salt, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. Cayenne is what brings the heat. It is going to balance out the sweet flavors in this recipe, but you don't want to add too much. And I'm so glad that I was measuring here because that was almost bad. A pinch of nutmeg and a pinch of coriander. And when I say a pinch, I really mean just a pinch. Nutmeg especially is a really strong flavor, and too much will be too much.
It looks like a fish bag that you would get at a fair with a live fish in it.
Mix all of that together until it is well combined, and then give it a taste. You always want to taste as you go, even the marinade. Now, if you need to add some salt, add salt. I could taste the heat, but it was just the right amount. And then Abby girl came knocking on the door. Say hello to the sweet pup, and let's jump right into taking care of our turkey. I like to package my turkey breast separate from the turkey tenderloins, so this is a package of 1 single turkey breast. This makes it really easy for me to grab exactly what I want from my freezer without defrosting anything that I don't want. I have so much red meat in my freezer that this turkey is such a welcome change of pace. I think that wild turkey is some of the best wild game meat that anybody can have, so I can't recommend it enough. I'm cutting the turkey into 1-inch cubes and adding those into the marinade. Now, if you don't have a chamber vacuum sealer, you'll want to cover this and place it in the fridge for about 2 hours. Instead, I'm using the marinade function on my chamber vacuum sealer, so this meat will be marinated in a matter of minutes instead of hours. All you do is place the meat and marinade mixture into the chamber vacuum sealer and press marinate. This goes through a 60-second cycle where the marinade is penetrating into the meat. It is some wacky science that I don't fully understand. All I know is it works. You'll repeat that same cycle 2 to 3 times total, and then you have perfectly marinated meat. Next, let's fire up the grill. I'm filling my basket with charcoal briquettes and using fire starters to get it going. I like to leave the lid and both dampers completely open for about 20 minutes until the charcoal gets white hot and glowing. Then I can close the lid and adjust the dampers as needed to maintain the temperature I want. I'm aiming for a temp around 325 Fahrenheit for this recipe. There is a lot of sugar, and sugar burns at 350, so it is very important that I keep a close eye on the temperature to avoid burning my food. While the grill is heating up, let's get to work on building these poppers. In a small bowl or jar, mix together 1/2 cup of light brown sugar. I think brown sugar and bacon is an absolutely heavenly combination, and it just gets better from here. 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 teaspoon of crushed red pepper, and 1 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. Yes, it is true that freshly ground black pepper is better than the pre-ground stuff. Stir until well combined. I started stirring this with one of the measuring spoons and realized it's way easier if I just cover the top of the jar and give it a good shake, but that did the trick. And like all of our food, we want to taste it before moving on. Now, the interesting thing about this seasoning mix is there is no salt, and that was intentional because there is so much salt in the bacon itself. Cut the bacon in half and sprinkle it with the seasoning mixture. Rub it in to ensure everything is evenly coated. Take a piece of the turkey and pat it dry using paper towels. Then wrap the bacon around the turkey and secure it using a toothpick. I like to soak my toothpicks in water for at least 30 minutes prior to grilling to prevent them from burning. These little poppers are so versatile. You can serve them as an appetizer at a party, or you can eat them as an entire meal on its own. They're filling, they're sweet, they're smoky. They are really so delicious and definitely a fun finger food that everybody can enjoy. Whether you're someone who likes wild game meat or not, you would never know that this recipe includes meat harvested from a wild bird. After all of your poppers are put together, place a cast iron pan on the grill and allow it to preheat for 5 to 10 minutes. After that pan is hot, add a little bit of oil and allow that oil to preheat for another minute or two. Place your poppers in the pan and close the lid. Allow them to cook for about 10 minutes, then give them a flip. They'll cook for a total of 30 to 40 minutes at around 325 degrees Fahrenheit. You'll want to flip them every 10 minutes or so to ensure even searing. Now let's dig in. The time has come to try our beautiful, hot, candied bacon turkey poppers, wild turkey. Some of them did get a little more cooked than others, but overall, it smells amazing. I cannot wait to dig in. Oh my God, look at it. It's beautiful. Cheers. Wow. See how beautiful that is? It's sweet, but not too sweet. I can feel the heat, but not too much heat. The turkey is actually very pleasantly tender. Sometimes with wild game meat, tenderness can be an issue, but this turkey does not have any tenderness issues. The bacon adds in so much needed fat. Like wild game meat, especially this wild turkey, is naturally incredibly lean. So the fat is adding some moisture and tenderness. You're gonna like it. Oh my God, that bite was even better.
That's good.
Oh, it's so good. This is not a one-note kind of thing. And even though poppers are something that we see all the time, I have never seen anything like this. So I'm really excited about this recipe, and I just know that you are going to love it. So that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to devour the rest of this plate. And for more episodes of Source to Smoke, you can visit Oklahoma Joe's YouTube channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.